Forecast of sleet and snow later on this evening. The Dallas Cowboys won the toss and will receive. Deep man is Brock Marion. And Corey Blanchard, who was once cut by the Cowboys, will kick off. This will be taken by Kevin Williams at the goal line. Has some room. Is knocked off his feet as he gets to the 22. There is a loose ball and a scramble for it. Dallas recovering.
Cowboys have recovered the ball.
That's real fortunate for Williams. You know, he's stretching out trying to get across that 20-yard line, knowing that he took that ball right at the goal line. Watch him stretch out here, and the ball's popped loose by Murrell. And fortunate for the Cowboys, Williams got it back.
Troy Aikman opens at quarterback. Only 3 interceptions for the season in 315 throws. First and 10, Dallas. Johnston and Emmitt Smith in the backfield. A flag is thrown as the pass is complete to Emmitt Smith, and he moves it out to the 29 if indeed the play stands up. Referee today is Jerry Austin.
Now what happened is Steve Diassi was injured on the play after the kickoff, and he was on the Dallas sideline. And you must exit the field on your own sideline, so this is a legal procedure against the Jets.
I can understand why he would do that. He used to play for the Cowboys. One-time draft choice of Dallas and then acquired by the New York Giants.
Well, illegal substitution on the defense. Number 89 left on the wrong side of the field. 5 yards, repeat, first down.
Got to have a little mercy. He was confused.
Well, he was hit pretty good. You can see he still doesn't know exactly which team he's playing for.
Troy Aikman is the quarterback. And the offensive line, one of the developing offensive lines in the league. Tuane and Newton. Cornish replaces Mark Stepnoski today. Gogan and Williams. It's Smith and Johnston, Irvin and Kevin Williams for an injured Alvin Harper. And Jay Novacek is at tight end. They hand it off to Emmitt Smith, and he doesn't get much. Hole is plugged in the middle of the defensive line. New York Jet defense, and they have been sensational lately. It's Loggeman and Fraze, Mercereau and Washington. The linebackers, Mo Lewis, Kyle Clifton, and Bobby Houston. On the corners, James Hasty, Ronnie Lott is a free safety. Brian Washington with 5 interceptions this season is joined by Eric Thomas. There's Ronnie Lott, second down and 4. Quick pick out to the left-hand side. And the tackle is made with no gain. Kevin Williams grabs it, and Ronnie Lott makes the stop.
The key to this play is for the Cowboys is the block of Mark Tuane. He's got to take down Loggeman with help from Nate Newton. That gives Aikman that throwing lane, but Ronnie Lott smelled that play from the outset and got out and made the tackle on Kevin Williams.
Alvin Harper is on the active roster today. We expect to only see him in third downs, and he is not in there now. This is Kevin Williams in motion. Aikman has time and finds Michael Irvin for the first down for 36. Tackle made by Eric Thomas.
That offensive line gave Aikman enough time for Irvin to work his way across the middle through all this traffic. You can see all the people he has to go through. Clifton is one guy, but it was that offensive line that gave Aikman enough time. And when you give Aikman time, he's going to find Michael Irvin.
75th catch of the season for Michael Irvin, a gain of 9 and a first down, Dallas. Quick count. Aikman back, looks across the middle for Smith, and Emmitt Smith stumbles as he reaches the 42-yard line. Kyle Clifton, who played collegiately in North Texas at Texas Christian University, makes the stop.
Cowboys showing a lot of respect for that Jet defense, who came into today's game as the number 4 total defense in the NFL, and they're number 4 against the run. So it looks like offensive coordinator Norv Turner is going to throw the ball a little bit today.
They will go with the double tight end set now as Scott Galbraith comes in for the Cowboys. Novacek tight to the right. Galbraith in motion. The handoff to Emmitt Smith. He cuts back to his right and squirts through to the 45-yard line. A gain of 3. That leaves a need of 2. Well, what a role the Jets have been on the last 4 games. 2 shutouts in the last 3. Prior to that first one against New England in the monsoon, they had gone 11 years without registering a shutout.
Yeah, but you look at these teams, they're all struggling this year, and they're all down towards the bottom of the standings. Today against the Cowboys, and this high-powered offense is going to be another story.
3rd and 2. Blitz. Smith gets through the blitz, and he's got some open room. He's down at the 49. First down, Dallas.
That's the one thing everybody always says about Emmitt Smith is his ability to read the blocks and find the little seams, and how nobody on the defense ever seems to get a square shot at him. There's Ronnie Lott and Jeff Lageman, 2 of the best missing, and it takes Eric Thomas to come up from the secondary to make the tackle, but not before Emmitt Smith picked up another first down.
Emmitt Smith is 4th in the league in rushing entering today's game. He trails the leader, Barry Sanders, by 41 yards. Here's play action. Aikman in trouble. Got him. Lageman sacked at the 45. 7 sacks this season, and a bit of conversation with Eric Williams.
He's going to beat the other tackle, though. This is Tuanay and Lageman. Little play action by Aikman. Fakes the lead draw to Emmitt, and just a great job of Lageman going right around, and very good offensive tackle in Mark Tuanay.
Loss of 6, 2nd and 16. Opening drive of the ball game. We have no score. Stunts by the defensive line. The pass is caught by Kevin Williams. He's got wonderful speed, but he's forced out of bounds before he can use it on this play. He's down at the 44.
One thing the Jets are going to try to do is keep these big receivers of the Cowboys on the line of scrimmage by using bump and run, but you can see there's just nobody out there covering Kevin Williams man-to-man. Ronnie Lott comes over late.
Kevin Williams, a number 2 draft choice of the Cowboys this year, played for Jimmy Johnson, was recruited by him at Miami from Dallas. Played high school ball there. 3rd down and 5. Aikman finds Kevin Williams, and that's going to be very close for the first down. It's going to be short of the first down, I think. Just an eyeball from this perspective.
But that is a significant pass by Aikman to Kevin Williams. So far today, Aikman's 5 for 5, and 3 of them have been directed at number 85.
Dallas will go for it on 4th and a foot.
They're pretty good on 4th and short. They've converted 6 out of 10 so far this year.
First risky play of the ball game with 8:50 remaining first quarter. Johnston, first down. Fumble. Dallas recovers. Emmitt Smith fell on it after the ball popped out. A gain of 2. And an apparent first down.
Johnson goes over the top, and it appeared he had the first down, but this ball comes flying out of there. Look at the heads-up play as the ball goes right between the legs of Kevin Gogan. And there's Emmitt Smith with the recovery, and this should be a Dallas first down.
Here's Jerry Austin.
And except it was a fumble on 4th down. That means that Johnson has to recover it.
Line. It was recovered by another player. Therefore, he didn't make the first down. First down.
Good catch, Dan.
Yeah, this is a rule that had its advent with Kenny Stabler and the Oakland Raiders against my old team, the San Diego Chargers. On 4th down, the man carrying the ball, if he fumbles, has to be responsible for the recovery. You see Emmitt Smith come in there, and that's a heads-up call by the officials. And a big turnover for Darryl Johnston and the Dallas Cowboys.
Jets have the ball when we come back. Quarters. Been a dry spell for the Jets. First down and 10. Esiason into the left flat. It's caught by Rob Moore, number 85. And the tackle made by Darren Smith. Offensive line, Criswell and Cadigan, Sweeney, White, and Malamala. Only 13 sacks given up this year. Johnny Johnson, 155 yards last week. Baxter, Rob Moore, and Burkett, the wide receivers. And Johnny Mitchell, who is said to be healthy now. He had a knee sprain and missed a couple of games. And Esiason wants to get him involved early in this one. 2nd and 6. Moore comes in motion to the left side. They hand it off to Johnny Johnson. A little bit of a shift and a cutback, and he moves it out near the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Charles Haley, bothered by back spasms, we were told had the best week of practice in the last 6 weeks and starts today with Maryland, Casillas, and Colbert. Darren Smith, Ken Norton, and Dixon Edwards, the linebackers. And in the secondary, Larry Brown, Thomas Everett, Darren Woodson, and Kevin Smith. 3rd and 1.
Cowboys need Charles Haley to be that disruptive force that he was during their great run last year. That took them all the way to the Super Bowl. Good news for Cowboy fans that he's healthy.
3rd and 1. First down. It's Brad Baxter with the ball carry, and Tony Casillas makes the tackle. Gain of 4.
This is what happens with Charles Haley a lot. This is a running down, but it's usually on passing plays where he's double teamed. Criswell and Johnny Mitchell make sure that he is sealed to the outside, although Johnny Mitchell had a half-hearted hold on number 94.
7:05 to go, first quarter of play. No score. Jets first possession, and they have a 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Long count by Esiason. The play clock down to 1. He hands it off, and it goes to Baxter, who finds Charles Haley. And no gain on the play.
Johnson had a huge game last week against the Redskins, where he went for 155 yards, and most of those yards were on cutback runs just like that. So, you know, Haley and the Cowboys, studying the tape of that game, they saw that, and that time 2 tackles in a row for Charles Haley, looking for that cutback run from both Brad Baxter and Johnny Johnson.
Terrence Mathis comes in now as the 3rd wide receiver on 2nd down and 10. He wears number 81. Cornerbacks come up, play bump and run. And Esiason looks across the middle, fires it incomplete for Mathis. And the ball tipped away by Darren Smith.
Not only did he tip it away, he tried to take Terrence Mathis's head off. Perhaps Smith heard about what Mathis did to the Cowboys 3 years ago with a 98-yard punt return. Real close to being pass interference, real strong pass protection, though, and that's something that Esiason has had a lot of this year. He's gone 7 sackless games for that offensive line. That's outstanding.
3rd and 10. No score. 6 minutes to go, first quarter. Bates is threatening the blitz. He's not coming. It's a 4-man rush. Screen pass. Johnson with Sweeney in front. And he comes down just short of the first down at the 38. So now Coslett has to make a decision. That's a gain of 9.
Well, the fans have obviously already made their decision, yelling, "Go for it." Coslett has gone for it 16 times this year on 4th down, converting on 8 of them. Oh, it's going to try number 17 right now.
4th and 1. James Thornton comes in as an extra tight end. That's Johnson in motion. Quick pass right side. They've got Rob Moore in the first down and a face mask call. Kevin Smith, the defender, number 26.
Personal foul, tackling by the face mask, number 26, 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Boy, and it's the big version of the face mask penalty. 15 yards. Moore has the first down right now, and there is the left hand and the tackle by Kevin Smith.
How'd you like the play call on 4th and 1?
I loved it. Are you kidding? Throwing the ball? Anytime. Great confidence by Koslett in both his quarterback and his receiver, Rob Moore.
Troy Sadowski comes in now, and Johnny Mitchell goes out. There was Kevin Smith. 4:55 to go first quarter. 1st and 10, Jets. No score. First quarter of the game. Rob Moore in motion to the right side. Baxter, he's bumped, goes to the outside. And finally is forced out at the 12-yard line.
Yards are going to be hard to come by from both teams today, but that 15-yard penalty against Kevin Smith just really pumped up the Jets. Watch how Baxter bumps into the line here, then just kind of slides to the outside. Looks a lot like Emmitt Smith on this play. The vision to see it open up to the outside, and he gets down inside the 20.
2nd down and 4. No score. 4:20 to go. Opening quarter. Baxter for a couple to the 10. Well, inside the red zone, the Jets have really had problems in the last month.
And a lot of that has been because of injuries to their tight end, Johnny Mitchell, who hasn't played very well because of that bad left knee. But you can see there's big goose egg there under touchdowns the last 3 games. That has to be corrected, and Koslett feels that with Mitchell being healthy, that will be part of the answer to the problem.
1 catch, 3 drops, 4 penalties last 2 games for Johnny Mitchell. It's Johnson going right, and might have gotten it as he leans inside the 8 near the 7-yard line. Casillas with the tackle.
It's one of the advantages that Johnson has physically. 6'3", 220 pounds, and he may have come up just an inch or 2 short.
It'll be 4th and less than a yard outside the Cowboy 8.
The key to good defensive play is right up here in the middle. Tony Casillas is going to get real low and fight off the block of Sweeney, and with help from Maryland comes over and stops Johnson short of the 1st down.
2nd time in the drive, the Jets go for it on 4th and 1. 3 tight ends in. Last time they passed, this time they throw and don't get it. Baxter is jammed up.
Same 2 guys, Casillas and Russell Maryland. That's why they're playing. They're undersized guys, but they've always been very, very quick. And that's a trademark of a Jimmy Johnson defense. Watch Casillas. He gets the first lick right here. That takes away Baxter's legs, and there's Maryland on the other side. Big stop for the Cowboys.
Long drive for the Jets. Comes up empty. 2:48 remaining first quarter after the 4th down stand by the Cowboy defense. Troy Aikman and his partners take over at their own 10-yard line. Scoreless game, late first quarter. Here's Aikman into the right flat and incomplete. Boy, that was in heavy traffic. Bobby Houston of the Jets was perhaps the closest to it. And it's the first incomplete pass thrown by Aikman.
He's trying to squeeze it into Novacek. But as you said, Vern, there is a bit of a crowd here. But Troy has such confidence. There goes Novacek with a trip. He hits the turf. That's why it looked like it was overthrown. But he has such confidence in his own abilities as a quarterback that he will force the ball in and let his players like Novacek and Irvin make the tough catch.
2nd and 10. Emmitt Smith, run blitz. Oh, they got him. But Smith bounces off the tackle, and that's why he's so valuable. He could have been caught for a 4-yard loss. Instead, he makes a 1-yard gain.
Well, and the guy that he makes miss is probably one of the greatest tacklers that's ever played the game. This is twice now in the first quarter that number 42, Ronnie Lott, has not been able to bring down Emmitt Smith. He told me that the key to stopping Smith is to get his whole body in front of him. He's been unable to do that twice today.
3rd and 9. Aikman will scramble and is caught and dropped at the 19. That'll be a yard short of the 1st down. Well, you come to New York as a visiting team and you never know what you're going to find.
I can't believe a squirrel here. I haven't seen a tree anywhere near here, Vern. There's certainly, well, maybe there are enough nuts here, though, for that squirrel to stow away, huh?
The last name is spelled F-O-U-T-S. 4th at a yard, John Jett to punt for the 47th time this year. That's not a good one. It's taken by Clifford Hicks, and the Jets have terrific field position on Jets' 30-yard punt, returned 7 yards by Hicks. It's a rest, and Leon Lett, normally a tackle, comes into play right defensive end, so Jeffcoat stays out as well. And it's Lett and Maryland, Casillas and Tolbert up front for the Cowboys, and the Jets with a first down at the Dallas 42-yard line. No score in the game, 1:18 to go, first quarter. That's Thornton in motion. And a handoff, Johnny Johnson breaks a tackle and works his way down to the 36-yard line before Darren Smith makes the stop. That's a gain of 5. Johnson, who when he was with Phoenix, excuse me, Dan, did pick up 120 yards against this Dallas defense the first time he played them.
And the Jets primarily are running to the right side behind Mala, but also at number 58 of the Cowboys, Dixon Edwards. Johnson said last night that he expects Edwards to play 50% of the time today with Godfrey Miles. Miles is a bigger and stronger linebacker.
Final 40 seconds, first quarter, 2nd down and 5. Dallas may be blitzing here. They are not. And the handoff goes up the middle. Johnny Johnson, and Edwards, Dan just mentioned him, makes the tackle.
Watch Dixon Edwards working against number 69 here, Criswell, and just plays Matador there. Olay, and there's the Bull with the tackle there. Nice play by Dixon Edwards. He knows that he's going to be sharing time today with Godfrey Miles, and he's going to make it a difficult coaching decision for Jimmy Johnson.
That wipes out the first quarter, and a couple of marks are extended for the New York Jets. They don't score again. They don't give up a score again. Rutherford, New Jersey started quarter number 2. The Cowboys and the New York Jets. Charles Haley with 3 tackles already during the break. Public Address was playing a James Brown song, and Charles Haley was singing along. I feel good. 3rd and 2. 3 wide receiver offense now for the New York Jets. Scoreless. Vern Lundquist, Dan Fouts on a Saturday afternoon. And Boomer Esiason comes to the near side. That's good for a first down. The ball is picked up. That is a live football. Recovered by the Cowboys. Kevin Smith. Dallas turnover, and they've got the ball at their own 44.
Outstanding play by Kevin Smith. He just ripped the ball away from Rob Moore. Moore had the first down, and Smith went right for the football and took it away from him. Again, on a short yardage situation, the Jets throw the ball, and they complete it. But now watch this play by Kevin Smith. Gets a nice bounce right up into his hands and on down the field. Another big turnover. This is just a great play. He comes up, he makes the tackle, secures that, and then with his free hand reaches out and strips the ball.
Kevin Smith, the handoff to Emmitt Smith, and he coughs it up. Now down by contact, says Jerry Austin. Jets making a claim for the ball, but Austin says no. Well, Emmitt Smith has fumbled twice. No, he's fumbled once. It's the 3rd Dallas fumble. Kevin Williams, Darrell Johnston, and Emmitt Smith.
And again, it's a defender that's just reaching for the ball. He hit the ground, so that made it no fumble, down by contact, but nice play up front by Paul Fraze.
2nd and 11. No score in the game. Blitz. Aikman gets rid of it. Johnston. And he's hit by Bobby Houston. Initially, Aikman took a pretty good shot from Kyle Clifton, who was flying up the middle.
Clifton only has 1 sack on the year. Comes real close to picking up his 2nd one, but probably more important than the sack is the hit on the quarterback. Aikman has not been hit all that much this year. It's only been sacked 17 times. But that sometimes the old knockdown is as effective as a hit and a sack.
3rd and 7. Scoreless first half. Good protection for Aikman this time, and a wide open Kevin Williams. A block from Harper, and Williams is out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Vern, I think your description of wide open is pretty good. Let's just follow Kevin Smith down the middle here, and there's just nobody covering him. This is his 4th catch of the day, and there wasn't anybody within 5 or 6 yards of Kevin Smith. Goes 33 yards down to the 20.
Kevin Williams, we got a Williams and a Smith, and
you know, we got a lot of Jones and Johnsons here today too.
I've heard that. And it's a first down following a 33-yard gain. Time has been called by the New York Jets. So the Jets want to regroup. Big gain, biggest play thus far in the scoreless first half. Dallas threatening. One of the puzzles thus far this year, the lack of production for tight end Jay Novacek. 35 catches coming in, 68 in 1992.
The key to that is Alfredo Roberts was hurt earlier in the year, and he was the guy that was the normal tight end. Novacek has had to play that position and not the move position.
Aikman back, goes in the corner, and is picked off for only the 4th time this year. Eric Thomas with his first interception, and it couldn't come at a bigger time. Poor throw by Troy Aikman.
This is twice now that the Cowboys have threatened inside the red area, and twice the Jet defense has turned them away. That was just a poor throw and a poor decision by Aikman, trying to hit Michael Irvin on the post route. But Thomas is playing very deep, reads the poor throw, cuts in front of Irvin, and makes an easy pick. Troy would like to have this one back. Never really got his weight shifted forward, and the ball just kind of floated on him.
A 20-yard return on the Thomas interception. First down, Jets at the 22. We are still scoreless. Handoff Johnson, sweep to the left. Trail by Maryland, who makes the second hit after Dixon Edwards got there first. Number 58. And we've had some turnovers so far.
Second and 10 from the 22.
The Cowboys fell short on a 4th and 1. They fumbled the ball. The Jets were stopped on a 4th and 1.
That was one of the amazing things, is both coaches talked about winning the battle on 3rd down. Well, they've had to win the battle on 4th down today.
12:22 to go, first half, no score. Second and 10. Esiason has his man covered in the flat. Now he goes deep left side, and it's incomplete. Rob Moore. I think it was Tony Tolbert who did a terrific defensive job that forced Esiason deep.
What Tolbert did is he covered Brad Baxter out of the backfield, so that caused Esiason to go down the field, and there's Thomas Everett with the big play, hitting the receiver in the back. But you know, there's always somebody open, Vern. You come back to the huddle and the guys are saying, hey, I was wide open, I was wide open. What John Mitchell doesn't realize is that the quarterback was running for his life.
They never do.
And he should have been running towards the quarterback.
Spoken like a quarterback.
Next.
Baxter across the middle, Bates with the tackle.
That's what the Cowboys do so well, Vern, is they allow the opponent to the offense to catch those short passes, and then players like Bates and Woodson and Thomas Everett come up and really lay it to them.
Now Louis Aguiar, who had a horrid week in Washington a week ago with 6 punts for a 30.5 average, and Kevin Williams is back to return it. This is not all that good either. Here's Williams. There's Williams. And he's out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Brian Washington with the tackle. A 21-yard punt return for Kevin Williams.
Jimmy Johnson told us yesterday, Vern, that he's very excited about the prospects of Kevin Williams being a big star today.
It was a busy day. It could have been Johnny Johnson.
Michael Irvin, Well, I'll tell you about Michael Irvin. Man has no fear. I remember this one play when, yeah, he was running a deep slant against the grain, against a swarming secondary. Oh, yeah. Does Michael hear the footsteps? Does Michael fear the footsteps? No. Michael locks in. Michael holds on. I hear the footsteps. You hear those footsteps?
Kyle Clifton, injured when he was downfield trying to cover the punt, does walk off without assistance. And Steve DiOssi, the former Cowboy and former Giant, who was shaken up on the first play of the game, is in at middle linebacker. This is DiOssi's first play from scrimmage in a Jet uniform. And here's Emmitt Smith. DiOssi has participated only on special teams thus far until that play, gain of 3.
And when you're replacing Kyle Clifton, you're replacing a guy that makes a lot of tackles. 104 so far this year. Seems like every year he's over 100, and he has over 1,300 on his career. That's a lot of hit. Think of all the times he missed the tackles and how many guys have been blocking him.
Jay Novacek has moved out wide to the right side now on the second down play. Williams in motion. Aikman with time. Right side behind Johnston. And Dan, they talked a lot about Novacek's lack of productivity this year, but in fact, Daryl Johnston has caught so many more passes than in an ordinary year for him.
And what happened that time is that Daryl Johnston lined up at the tight end position, and he was open. I mean, if you're going to let a guy go open, you're going to let the fullback instead of Novacek. That's why Novacek has not got a lot of catches this year. It's because Daryl Johnston has picked up the slack. He has 44 on the year.
3rd and 7. Cowboys at 3 of 5 on third down conversions. No score. 10:42 to go first quarter. Aikman wide open left side. Kevin Williams, who has been the offensive force for Dallas. And it's interesting because one got a sense in talking with Troy Aikman last night, he wasn't all that positive that Kevin Williams was going to play a big role today.
He's just a little worried about his size. He's only 5'9", but this is the same play they ran earlier in the game where Irvin will come down to the inside. That time it was Alvin Harper as a wide receiver, and Williams gets down the sidelines. Another key first down for Dallas.
That's a gain of 13 and the 5th catch already for Kevin Williams. He had only 12 coming in to the ball game. 1st and 10 Dallas, no score, quick set. And the little quick flip goes to Jay Novacek, who had lined up wide to the left. How much does that wrinkle bother Pete Carroll and the Jet defense?
What it causes is it causes a mismatch in favor of the Cowboys. What you have is a player like Novacek, who has the skills of a wide receiver, out wide against a strong safety in Ronnie Lott. And this has not been the strongest part of Ronnie Lott's game, man-to-man coverage. Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys, pulling out all the stops, but looking for that mismatch.
2nd down and 2 in a scoreless first half. Emmitt Smith, no play action, and it was terrific. Here's Novacek, breaks the tackle of Lott, and it's 1st and goal. Dallas, there's a fumble, and the Jets have it. The Dallas Cowboys had fumbled only 25 times coming into this ball game. They have fumbled 4 times in the first half.
Well, this is going to be Ronnie Lott making another future Hall of Famer type of play. He gets fooled at first by Novacek, doesn't quit, waits for his teammates to come over, and Lott picks up the loose ball. Again, the Jets turn the Cowboys away.
And the handoff up the middle to Johnny Johnson out near the 13-yard line after the 2nd turnover in the first half. That's a gain of 7 for Johnson. And Brian Washington and Mo Lewis forced that last fumble.
7-yard gain.
4 fumbles. First one they've lost. They've also had a pass picked off at the 2-yard line. So they've turned it over at the 2 and at the 8 now.
That's very uncharacteristic for the Cowboy offense. Came into the game with a +6 turnover ratio. They're killing themselves, though, with it today.
Heavy hand on the self-destruct button. Johnson out near the 15-yard line. That's short of the first down. Leon Lett makes the tackle, number 78. Report from the Jet bench on Kyle Clifton. A twisted knee, but he may be back.
See Leon Lett make that tackle. He's in the game for Charles Haley because he gives the Cowboys a little more bulk up front. Goes about 285 pounds, 35 or so more than Haley. But Johnson and Butch Davis, the defensive coordinator, are concerned about the Cowboys last couple of games of the season being bigger up front. That's why Miles will play more today as well.
Play action, Esiason, who's a master at it. But good downfield coverage, and Boomer squirts for the first down out to the 19-yard line. Excellent downfield work by the Cowboys, forced Esiason into the run.
But again, on a third down situation, the Jets are going to go with the forward pass, at least try to get it. But Esiason heads up here, avoids the sack of Casillas right there, and then has to go head first to pick up the first down.
Blair Thomas checks in now to the backfield. Here's Steve Diassi and Pete Carroll.
Look like they're going over signals there. Diassi has to give these defensive signals.
Handoff, pitch back, flea flicker. They go deep for Moore. He's not open, and instead they settle for Burkett, and he's got the ball at the 35. Esiason looked downfield at Moore, but the Cowboys had double coverage on him, and they pick up 17 on the pass to 87.
This is a real veteran play by Esiason because he realizes that if he throws it down the field, he might risk the interception. He comes off the deep route to Burkett, and Burkett makes an outstanding catch, reaching out in traffic. Watch the big hands of Chris Burkett here. Track that one down and give the Jets another first down.
Rob Carpenter and Terrence Mathis are in at wide receivers now for the Jets on first down. Sweeney snaps it back. They hand it off to Blair Thomas, who, you think back to 1990, Blair Thomas, #1 draft choice of the Jets. 15 picks later, Emmitt Smith of the Cowboys, and how their careers have gone in opposite directions.
And a small smattering of boos here for Blair Thomas. A little bit unfair, but that's what you get for playing here in the Big Apple.
Second down and 5. Scoreless game, 6:09 to go, first half of play. Only the 6th time these two teams have played each other. Dallas has won 4 the previous 5. Blitz is coming. Esiason reads it, audibles the play, and then throws it incomplete to Mathis.
Jets do a lot of check with me calls in the huddle, and the reason they do that, Esiason will come to the line of scrimmage and change the play to get out of a bad play, obviously, but he also might change the direction of a running play based upon the strength of the defense. But oftentimes he'll change the type of pass protection. That time he read the blitz, got out of a bad play, and threw the ball away.
3rd and 5. Jets 2 of 5 on third down conversions thus far. They've not controlled the ball on offense like they wanted. Esiason dropped. Johnny Johnson, who had 51 catches coming in, drops a big one. Woodson was defending.
I think Woodson had a lot to do with Johnson dropping that ball, Vern. Might have got a little finger on it. Certainly disappointed the quarterback. Jets have been very good this year in third down conversion situations. But I believe that Woodson got his left hand on that ball and knocked it away from Johnny Johnson.
Aguiar is on to punt again. Kevin Williams waits at the 15. 5:50 to go, first half. That's a better one. Fair catch called by Williams. Makes the grab at the 17. We have 5:42 to go, first half. 41-yard punt, nothing on the return, no score. With only 13 yards on 6 carries thus far, as the only offensive factor for the Dallas Cowboys has been Kevin Williams.
Koslick told us yesterday that he wants to contain, not necessarily stop Emmitt Smith, but keep him from breaking that long run he seems to always get late in the ball game.
Alvin Harper is in the lineup now for Dallas, split wide left. Play fake, Aikman back. Right side all the way, and Michael Irvin makes the grab, and then he's forced out of bounds with a first down at the 34-yard line.
Irvin really struggled to get out of his break, too. Did a great job of staying on his feet, knowing that that pill was coming his way.
First down from the 34.
Michael Irvin in the first 6 games with 46 catches. The last 7, 18 fewer than that. Got a terrific start to 93. Here's the toss left to Emmett Smith. And he's out to the 37-yard line, maybe the 38. Marvin Washington, who grew up in Dallas, made the tackle. Earlier today, the Broncos went into Soldier Field and defeated the Chicago Bears 13-3. 5 Bear turnovers in that ball game. We've had 2 Dallas turnovers in this game, 1 at the Jet 2, 1 at the Jet 6. We have no score. It's 2nd and 7 with 4:50 to go first half. Reverse, Kevin Williams in trouble. In big trouble. Bobby Houston, number 55, loss of 8.
Kevin Williams has about 6 or 7 carries so far on the year from this reverse type of situation. The fake is to Emmitt Smith, but there from the left side of the screen, defeating the block of big Nate Newton, is number 55, Houston. Another big play by the Jet defense.
3rd down, 15 with 4:09 to go first half. 3-man rush. Aikman pumps, goes short to Novacek. He breaks 1 tackle and gets to the 41, but it'll be 4th down there. That's a gain of 12, and he needed 15.
Aikman is trying to go deep to Michael Irvin. You're going to watch him pump the ball here, but the Jets heads up on defense, playing real loose. They take it away and force number 8 to come to his outlet receiver, Novacek, who comes up about 2 yards shy of the first down. Good defense again by this New York Jet team.
Jets will get it back with about 3 to go in the half, and they have used 1 of their timeouts. Last time Dallas was held scoreless in the first half, by the way. They lost to Atlanta back in early November. Fair catch taken at the 20.
Hicks takes the fair catch at about the 19-yard line.
39-yard punt by John Jett. Jets get it back. 3:15.
Not a meeting as to who represents the AFC.
2 timeouts remaining. Esiason 6 of 10 so far in the ball game. See if he goes upstairs on first down. He will. Right side, caught by Moore. Out to the 31. That's a quick gain of 11, and a Jet first down. Make it a gain of 12.
Brought down by Darren Smith.
Esiason and his bodyguards, Boomer and his bodyguards up front, the guys with making posters and commercials now, that offensive line. Another good job at just keeping the Cowboys away from that pocket. Look at the throwing lane that Esiason has to find Rob Moore.
Adrian Morrell checks into the background at the backfield on first down. Esiason, right side. That's a moderate gain after the 34-yard line. Rob Moore tackled by Ken Norton. Now here's Boomer's bodyguards. He started something a lot of quarterbacks have done. He goes out for dinner or to play cards with his offensive line every Thursday night.
Yeah, these guys kind of appreciate it. But you got to wonder why Boomer's got the tux on and the bodyguards here are looking like a bunch of thugs.
Because he's a QB and he makes the big bucks.
Boomer the promoter and his bodyguards.
2nd down. And a struggling Adrian Morrell. Hadn't carried all that often this year. That's his 31st carry of 93. Paul Frey getting some medical attention on the sideline. In the meantime, we have reached. Oh, he's got. Johnson's got a Jet headset.
Right?
What is this? I can't hear you. I got a Jet in my ear.
I wonder who he's talking to.
Cosley. 3rd down and 5. 1:56 to go before halftime. Into the flat. Baxter wide open. Brock Marion comes over and makes the tackle, but the Jets have a first down, and they stop the clock after the gain of 15.
One thing the Cowboys do on defense is they play a lot of the 4 across deep defense. Each of the defensive backs is responsible for a quarter of the field, and they're playing it very, very loose right now. That's allowing the Jets to hit those flat patterns. That was a huge gain and a critical part of the game here in the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Jets again have 2 timeouts left. 1:50 to go before halftime. Esiason, right side, pass sailed on him, intended for Baxter. Dangerously so.
Yeah, trying to hit that flat pattern again to Baxter. This time the Cowboys and Butch Davis, their coordinator, changed things up, and he sends Darren Woodson at Baxter, and that ball was almost picked off. And if he had, you could say he would have scored.
Possible? Not impossible. 9 of 14 for Esiason for 74 yards. Boomer trying to get a touchdown pass for the first time in a length of time that has now reached 18 quarters and counting. Play action again. Esiason wants a bunch, goes deep, and he's got a man open, but it's tipped away by Larry Brown. Rob Moore and Larry Brown, and a wonderful defensive play by the Cowboys cornerback.
And the one thing Boomer said about this secondary is that they're all run the 40 in about 4.3 speed, but it's the patience of Brown right here going up with the receiver and knocking the ball away, avoiding any bit of contact, though he did have that left hand firmly secured on Moore's shoulder, but the timing was perfect and got away with it.
I got a buddy named Dave Appleton who won the World Rodeo Championship with rides like that.
He was almost on for 8 seconds too, wasn't he?
Yes. 3rd down. Incomplete. Kevin Smith covering Johnny Mitchell, who still hasn't caught a pass. And it'll be 4th down. So a really terrific opportunity for the Jets comes up empty. And the 3rd punt for Louis Aguiar. Dallas, by the way, with 3 timeouts left.
And a lot of time. 1.5 minutes when they get the ball back.
That's a poor punt by Aguiar, but it's going to bounce. And it does take a cowboy roll back to the 22-yard line. 27-yard punt.
27 yards on the punt.
And nothing on the return, and Dallas gets it back. Tomorrow on the NFL Today, Mr. Bradshaw invents his own supreme ball carrier, Robo running back. And Greg Gumbel talks with the man who set the standard as the real-life Robo, linebacker Lawrence Taylor. That plus all the latest NFL news shook me up. I got emotional about that.
You know, I was wondering when they were going to use that robot. It's about time. I always thought they carved that robot out of the likeness of Terry Bradshaw.
I don't think that guy has stopped moving since they put him in the middle between the two of them.
Neither is Bradshaw.
1st and 10, Dallas. No score in the game. Emmitt Smith out to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 6. 1:10 to go before the halftime break. Aikman, handoff. Emmitt Smith. 1st down, Dallas. They'll use a timeout now. And that leaves them with 2. Again, it was Atlanta, the Falcons. The Cowboys, of course, lost their first 2 when that man, Emmitt Smith, had not signed a contract. They came back to win 7 in a row. Then they went to Atlanta and lost, came home and lost that bizarre game to Miami. They've won their last 2, but they are tied here at 0-0.
Now, this last play was a pretty good battle right in the middle here between Frank Cornish and Kyle Clifton. It's a draw play to Emmitt Smith, and Cornish does a nice job of walling him, Clifton off to the inside, but there's number 42 getting his entire body in front of Emmitt Smith that time, something he wasn't able to do earlier in the game. He's one of the all-time great players here, though, Ronnie Lott. He's got that Hannibal the Cannibal face mask, though, doesn't he?
He's got no hair anymore.
Yeah, he's sporting a new haircut as of yesterday.
A new no-do.
He's got that Michael Jordan look happening.
That happened on Wednesday. He's not gone bald on us. First down and 10. 1:02 to go before halftime. Jets have outgained Dallas here in the first half. Cowboys have turned it over twice inside the Jet 10. Three-man rush, and the pass to Harper at the 41-yard line. 54 seconds and the clock running. 21 on that play.
That was a big one, too, because that got the Cowboys on the Jet side of the field. But they've been there all afternoon, haven't they?
Eddie Murray hit 2 field goals of over 50 last week. Down deep, caught! Touchdown, Dallas, Michael Irvin.
Well, it looked like the old alley-oop play where you send the receiver down the field and have him out-jump the defensive back. Eric Thomas, who picked off Aikman earlier in the game, was beat by Michael Irvin that time, and then it looked like the Butch Johnson play in the Super Bowl where he crosses the end zone and then fumbles the ball when he hits the ground. 6'2", Irvin's going to go over the 5'11" Thomas. Great catch. There's the stretch. Touchdown.
Murray's extra point instead of a field goal adds 1 instead of 3.
R.C. Owens used to do this for the 49ers with Y.A. Tittle and John Brody, but nobody could have done it any better. The effort at the end of the play after he realizes he has the catch is what sets Michael Irvin apart from the rest of the receivers in this league, except perhaps Jerry Rice. Can't cover him any closer than Eric Thomas had him covered. But that's a case of a quarterback allowing his teammates to make big plays, something that a lot of quarterbacks don't do anymore, or are not instructed to do anymore in the NFL. But the Cowboys are one of the few teams that are willing to throw the ball deep. Back-to-back plays. First, Aikman hits Harper for 21 yards, and then it's the touchdown pass to Michael Irvin that gets him the lead here at the end of the first half.
Eric Thomas trying to defend. And Troy Aikman throws his 11th touchdown pass of the season. 7-zip. Dallas leads. Murray kicks it off. Morrell at the 5. And this crowd, Dan, has been stunned by that sudden touchdown.
That's what big plays will do to you.
Had a problem with no-shows here, but not today. 31,000 last time the Jets played at home.
Wonder what that would be.
Been kind of a dull day around here. 30 seconds to go before halftime. The Cowboys lead it 7-0. One of those quirks in the schedule. The Cowboys come back here to end the season against the Giants in 2 weeks. And here's Johnny Johnson, double teamed and down at the 30-yard line.
Jets have 2 timeouts remaining, but they're not in any hurry to use them. Coslett content to go in at half, down by 7. That won't make these fans happy.
No.
To go in at halftime with 2 timeouts in your back pocket. Interesting.
No place to spend them on that tunnel. Halftime, Cowboys lead it 7-zip.
Are responsible for the way both teams have a lot of success. Emmitt Smith has been held under check, as Johnny Johnson. Got to give the credit to the defensive side of the ball.
We chatted yesterday with a number of the Jet defenders about the problems they would face in confronting Emmitt Smith.
He's a very dangerous running back, and we just can't let him get out. We can't let him put him in situations one-on-one on our defensive back, because most of the time he wins those situations.
A lot of times you see guys running, diving, and lunging and falling off the guy, and I think the key to bringing down a back of his caliber is to break down and make sure tackles.
We played him in 1990, and we knew back then that he was a good football player. We didn't think he was going to be as good as he is now. I don't think there's a running back in the league that has better balance and breaks more tackles than Emmitt Smith.
That 1990 game was a victory for the New York Jets. They won it here. Last time the two teams played. The series goes back to 1971. The Cowboys won the first meeting 52-10 in Dallas. They played here in 75. The Cowboys won that one and the other two games and lead the series 4-1. Morrell at the 1-yard line as the Jets get the ball to begin the second half, and Ron Marion is the first man down. He makes the tackle at the 21. Well, statistically, let's see how it broke down at the end of the first 30 minutes of play.
Pretty remarkable that when do you ever see this? Exactly the same amount of time of possession. Key has been the turnovers, but also those two plays by Aikman to Harper for 21 yards, and then the 42-yarder to Irvin for the touchdown is the difference in the game.
Esiason 10 of 17 for 82 yards. First and 10, first play of the second half. And again, Tolbert comes out to do the defensive job on Brad Baxter, who worked out of the backfield, and this time the pass is complete.
5-yard pickup.
The one thing that Esiason told us about the distance of their passes, they have to be able to throw the ball down the field more, open things back up. This is pretty good for the 10 to 20 range, but this was that long pass that was knocked down by Larry Brown at the end of the second quarter.
Second down and 5. They hand it off on the deep handoff, and Johnson breaks tackles, moves out to the 30. That's a yard short of the first down. Darren Woodson, number 28, makes the tackle.
You just got a feeling that both Johnny Johnson and Emmitt Smith will figure big in this second half. That's really the trademark of all great running backs, is the more they carry, the more they wear down the defense, and instead of vice versa, instead of the player wearing down, they seem to break tackles and make more yards in second halves.
3rd and 1. Thornton's in as an extra tight end. Quarterback sneak, and Esiason will move the chain. That'll be a fresh series of downs for the Jets. Jets 8-5 coming in. North Carolina wins its game with Ohio State today.
Tony Tolbert made a stop.
And Indiana won as well.
First down, Jets from the 32.
1st and 10, New York. 7-0. Dallas leads. Opening moments, 3rd quarter. Cowboys back home against Washington next week, then back here against the Giants. Jets face Houston and Buffalo. Left side, bobbled by Baxter and dropped this time. And that's a should have had.
When Koslett told us that his team has to play on the top edge in all 3 phases of their game, that's an example of a team not playing on the top edge. The chance to make a catch and pick up yardage, you got to have that from your fullback, Brad Baxter, and that leaves the head coach shaking his head.
Thornton back in again. 2nd down and 10. Thornton lines up tight to the left. Johnny Mitchell has not yet caught a pass. He's tight to the right. This is Thornton in motion. And off. Cut back play. Johnny Johnson. First down out to the 45.
Boy, this was going to be a foot race to the goal line if it wasn't for Thomas Everett. Real nice job up front by the center, Jim Sweeney and Dwayne White. Here's Sweeney, here's White. But Johnson isn't looking for the cutback now. He sees this huge hole and just takes off straight up the field. Great tackle there by Thomas Everett, or Johnson would have gone a long way.
First down and 10 after the gain of 13, and Johnson with 39 yards on 9 carries now. Ball at the 45, 12:40 to go, 3rd quarter. In a 7-0 Dallas lead. Johnson heading left. Larry Brown forces him out of bounds.
Smoked out of bounds by Larry Brown.
Johnny Johnson acquired in a draft day trade with Phoenix.
Now this is per play, so this includes pass receiving and running the ball. And you can see both. There's Herschel Walker. Remember when he used to play for the Cowboys?
H. Walker, remember
these
him.
two right here, that 5.5 yards of carry. That's why Johnson and Smith are so important to their offenses.
Jerome Bettis, the rookie for the Rams, of course. 2nd down and 8. Blitz. Good job of picking it up. The pass incomplete. Intended for Rob Moore. And Kevin Smith was defending.
Kevin Smith on coverage.
Public address announcer's listening to us. He's mimicking everything. If he talks with a Scandinavian accent, I'm worried.
Yeah, watch the Irishman in the middle here, Jim Sweeney, going to pick up this blitz from Darren Smith. That's why Sweeney's regarded as one of the best of the bodyguards for Boomer.
3rd and 8. Jets are 4 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. Blair Thomas in the backfield. Esiason caught and dropped. Jimmy Jones, who's not played all that well this year, gets the sack. That's number 4.5 for the year.
Johnson is working against Dwayne White, number 67, and White just gives him the outside, and Jones obliges him and takes it. First sack of the game for the Cowboys against this great offensive line of the Jets.
Aguiar is back to punt it away, and the Cowboys are coming after Aguiar. That ball takes kind of a neutral bounce and comes to a stop. Alvin Harper in the lineup for the Cowboys, listed as doubtful most of the week, but he's played quite a bit.
Sprained his left knee against the Vikings last week, but you wonder if he's been watching his substitute Kevin Williams catch 5 passes in the first half. And that's amazing how that'll get guys healthy, isn't it?
It's as good as a laying on of the hands. He's in there and had a big catch in the first half to help set up the touchdown. The only score we've had so far. 7-0 Dallas on 1st down 10 Cowboys. Into the flat for Moose Johnston. He was Darrell Johnston when he played at Syracuse. Went down to Dallas. Babe Laufenberg said, "I like Northern exposure. His name from now on is Moose." That's the former quarterback who nicknamed him that.
And even when he plays on the road, the Cowboy fans, which are all over the country, they give that familiar Moose call.
2nd down and 6. Emmitt Smith. Mo Lewis, number 57, was up high. Paul Frey's a part of the tackle. That's a gain of 4.
Good block up front by Kevin Gogan right here. That's the right guard. Gets off on the ball extremely quickly. He wipes out the nose tackle, Bill Pickell, and Emmitt just gets right up in that void.
3rd and 2. Jet defense against 3rd down plays has been pretty good this year. 35%. The Cowboys today, though, are 4 of 7. Emmitt Smith. And there is an example of why he is difficult to tackle. He just made contact and won that battle of muscle. Got the 1st down.
And he has the ability to accelerate once he makes up his mind, and he makes up his mind very quickly. He gets in behind Nate Newton there. There's Gogan again with a key block, and Eric Williams. And that's where the Cowboys have a definite advantage. That is in this man here, number 22, but also the size of that offensive line. Gogan 330, Eric Williams 325.
33 yards for Emmitt Smith. Caught and dropped.
But now if the Jets have an advantage, it may be in their quickness. There's Marvin Washington getting in there, disrupting the blocking pattern of Gogan and Williams. And also a number 42 just slicing in there, beating the block of Darrell Johnston and getting in on another tackle. The quickness of the Jets offsetting the size and strength of the Cowboys that time.
Emmitt Smith is going after his 3rd consecutive rushing title in the NFL. Came in 4th spot. Here's Aikman. That ball is tipped and intercepted. Novacek had it in his hands, dropped it, and for the 2nd time today, Troy Aikman is picked off.
And it's Mo Lewis and Jeff Lageman who are wrestling for the ball at the bottom of the pile. Lewis got it, so they're going to have to give him the credit for the interception. The ball was deflected by Bill Piquel right in the middle there. Novacek can't quite make the catch. There's Lewis, 57, and the Jets have the ball again. Pete Carroll's going to drop off both his ends. Here's Marvin Washington. Here's Logman over here. Ball goes up in the air. Logman's going to make the grab, and then Mo Lewis is going to steal it from him on the way down.
And the Jets have their second interception, first down, and they hand it off to Johnny Johnson. Stacked up at the 50-yard line.
I think Logman may want to have this tape right here to prove that he intercepted this pass. There's the catch, and now watch Mo Lewis wrestle it away from him after Eric Williams comes in with the hit. They ought to split that one in half.
Well, they do split sacks. I'd love to see a half an interception each.
Yeah, that's just what we need, is another half an interception.
Officially, they have given it, Dan, to Jeff Lockham.
Justice be served.
Second down and 10. Esiason chased by Haley. Finds Johnson. And he's tackled by Darren Smith. It'll be third down.
Now, this is a 7-0 game, but it's a very exciting and well-played and well-coached game. We've got two of the brightest young coordinators in the league coaching today, both Norv Turner of the Cowboys and Pete Carroll, both who should expect to be getting a phone call real soon from a team that may be in need of a new head coach. Here's Carroll, the defensive coordinator of the Jets, on the sidelines.
Norv Turner is upstairs.
Yeah, both of them should be head coaches next year.
Third down and 9. You saw Smith limping off. Here's Esiason in some trouble. Throws it right, incomplete. Fourth down. So the Jets unable to convert.
And here's Norv Turner getting ready for Troy Aikman to get back out on the field. You know, Aikman's thrown 2 interceptions today and only 2 incompletions. He's 16 out of 20 and has hit 8 of his last 10. So he's got a hot quarterback working.
Aguiar has not been effective. The last 2 of 27 and 28.
And the Cowboys are coming after him.
They don't have anybody back to return the punt. 2 contain men on the outside. They will bring 9. And here they come, and the pooch kick will work. Now let's see what kind of a roll the Jets get. A good one, and good downfield coverage as well. Victor Green.
Good job by the Jets seeing Kevin Williams come up from his deep spot. Clifton lets the kicker, Aguiar, know that he's up there and just tells him get rid of it. Pins the Cowboys way back at their own 5.
Where they hand it off to Emmitt Smith, and he works it out near the 8-yard line.
Really heads up, though, by Kyle Clifton, seeing that the Cowboys had nobody deep, so there's no sense for Aguiar to even worry about kicking a nice high spiral. All he has to do is pooch it down the field. Good coverage by Victor Green, and that really backs Dallas up deep.
And ironically, it was Aguiar's most effective punt of the ball game, both in terms of distance, 45 yards, and obviously placement at the 5-yard line. Second and 7. Quick set, and the pass is good for the first down out near the 17-yard line. Boomer Esiason on the phone upstairs.
Wondering if they have any pass plays like that. That was a great pass by Aikman to Kevin Williams.
9-yard gain.
Williams is having a career day in his rookie season.
He's got 6 catches now for 70 yards. Aikman, 17 of 21 for 208. Right side again, and the pass on the money again. Michael Irvin out near the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 11.
This is really what sets the Cowboys' passing attack apart from the rest of the league. It's Aikman's confidence in his arm and his receivers to throw this slant pattern into traffic. First it was Kevin Williams with the catch, that time Michael Irvin.
Chatting with Jimmy Johnson last night about his 3 offensive stars, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and Michael Irvin. He said, Emmitt Smith's a great player, Troy Aikman is a great player, Michael Irvin is a great player when he has Troy Aikman. It's a small distinction, but a very valid one. And here is Alvin Harper with another big catch for Harper. Who's got a bruised knee?
Well, he certainly doesn't. There's nothing wrong with his hands either. It's a little bit deeper slant this time for the Cowboys. Tiny play action fake by Aikman. The key is he sets his feet well and throws another spiral, and the job of Harper at 6'3", outreaching James Hasty for the ball, and the Cowboys are at midfield.
That's a gain of 20 and the second Harper catch of the ball game. 7-0 Dallas. Under 5 minutes to go, quarter number 3. Aikman, a quick setup again, is hit. As a boy, Marvin Washington went to junior high and high school in Dallas. Played basketball. Was recruited by UTEP and then started playing football.
Shows you the type of athlete he is, fighting through the block of Eric Williams to pick up his 3rd sack of the year. Good job of hanging on to that ball by Aikman. Shows you the kind of strength he has in his right hand.
Loss of 6, 2nd and 16. Blitz. Aikman throws it away outside the tackle. Mo Lewis.
He's complaining that Emmitt Smith held him, and he's right. Emmitt Smith did hold him. Blitz is going to be from the left side. There's Lewis right up the middle. Watch Emmitt put a shoulder on him and then reach out and grab him just barely. And Troy taking advantage of that new rule this year, throwing the ball away once he got outside of the pocket.
3rd and 16, 7-0. Dallas leads. 4:17 to go, 3rd quarter. Aikman will run it, and he's got the first down. Plus, whoa, what a nifty move. For a guy not known for his nifty moves.
His longest run of the year at 21 yards, and the guy he put the move on is Ronnie Lott. Pressure by Lageman. Watch it open up for number 8. He's got a long way to go, though. And not only a long way, he's got to make this guy miss. Here comes Lott with a full head of steam, and down he goes, and Aikman picks up the first down.
In Ronnie Lott's fantasy, the last thing he thought he'd be concerned with today was Aikman running the ball. Here's the guy that bothered him, Emmitt Smith. On 3rd and 16, Aikman gets the first down.
And I guarantee you, Aikman's worst nightmare would be to be running with the ball, needing an extra 5 and having to face Ronnie Lott. What a move.
He must have learned those moves at Hugo High School.
Is that in Henrietta?
Henrietta. That's a I knew it started with an H. Thank you. Nice catch. Oh, dear.
Hugo High School?
That's where Coach Royal was from. No, that was Hollis. There are a lot of H's in Oklahoma. Here's Emmitt Smith. Down to the 23.
It's amazing the way these players of the Cowboys seem to pick each other up. Aikman has had a real good afternoon aside from the 2 interceptions, but now you're starting to see number 22 get involved in the game plan, and he's starting to make the big plays, making people miss, accelerating and getting up into the secondary. Nice block that time by Nate Newton.
And 47 yards now for Emmitt Smith. The Cowboys have moved from their own 5-yard line, and on a 1st down and 10, they do use one of their 3 timeouts. 2:22 remaining, 3rd quarter. They have a 1st down and 10, having moved 72 yards on this drive from their own 5 to the Jet 23.5. Aikman, Smith, left side, breaks a tackle, drives for additional yardage, and is out of bounds at the 10. Ronnie Lott and James Hasty.
Well, it was Ronnie Lott who missed another tackle. You got to call him like you see him, Vern, and Lott is not having a good day. Key block by the Moose, Bill Johnson, or Daryl Johnston.
He's from Hugo.
And he knocks Hugo Lewis out of the way. But look at, there's Lott missing the tackle, and Hasty having to come up and push Emmitt Smith down.
Gain of 11, 1st and 10. Emmitt Smith with 58 yards on 15 carries. Quick set, pass left side, caught by Michael Irvin. And he is knocked out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Ronnie Lott again making the defensive play.
This offensive Norv Turner's got the Jets back on their heels. They've thrown a couple of slant patterns to Harper and to Irvin. This time the opposite pass of a slant is the quick out. So the defense is guarding for the slant to the inside. Look how wide open Michael Irvin is in front of James Hasty.
Second down and 2. Play fake. Aikman can run or throw. He loves it. Touchdown, Michael Irvin. A 95-yard drive. The key play in which was a run of 21 yards by the quarterback for first down. And he now finds Michael Irvin for the second time in the ball game.
And 4 straight completions from the quarterback, Troy Aikman. But the big play was that 21-yard run when he made Ronnie Lott miss on a 3rd down and long.
Eddie Murray on to try the extra point. Up and good.
As you said, Vern, Aikman could have run this one in after the play fake to Emmitt Smith. He's going to show tremendous patience in letting his receiver work all the way back to the outside. Irvin gets behind Thomas. Easy touchdown.
Johnson, who said of Michael Irvin, he's a great player when he has Troy Aikman. And Michael Irvin just caught his second touchdown pass of the game at the end of a 95-yard drive in 12 plays that chewed 6 minutes off the clock. Eddie Murray will kick off. Dallas is up 14-zip, 1:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Murrell fumbles it, picks it up with one hand, but he is in trouble. Now he's not. Works it back to the 20-yard line before Brock Marion makes the tackle.
Defensive backs are taught to drop about 5 yards deep in the end zone and then stop and let the receiver play behind. Watch Irvin come all the way around Eric Thomas, knowing that his quarterback is coming out, but then Thomas just loses Irvin. It's a great circle route here by Michael Irvin, and the confidence that his quarterback was going to come back to him. 6th touchdown catch of the year for Michael Irvin.
Esiason on first down for the Jets. Across the middle, that's caught. Johnny Johnson with the grab at the 26-yard line. Darren Smith, number 59, with the tackle.
This is what we talked about, the Cowboys being so unique in this age of the NFL and boring football. These 3 guys are all wide receivers, and that's a lot of yardage getting the ball down the field. Credit Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator, and the hot hand of Troy Aikman.
Here's Esiason into the flat. And Baxter with another drop. That's at least 3. 3rd down.
That's something the Jets perhaps should start to think about. Instead of throwing swing passes to their running backs out of the backfield, they got to get Chris Burkett and Rob Moore more involved in the game. And more important than the wide receivers, they got to find a way of getting the ball to their starting tight end, Johnny Mitchell. He still doesn't have a catch today.
1 catch in the last 2.5 games, and prior to that he had been out for 2 with a sprained knee. And Esiason was saying yesterday he thought it very important to get Mitchell involved in this game early. Too late for that. Now he's got to try and recoup. 3rd down. Left side. Intercepted. Kevin Smith, and he's going to stroll in for the score. He'll pose for a recruiting picture. All we need is a few good men.
Gomer Pyle couldn't have said it any better, buddy.
He tried.
31 yards on the return. That's the 5th interception on the year for Kevin Smith, and his first career touchdown. Cowboys need 1 good man right now to come in on the wing position for this extra point. And who should it be but none other than Emmitt Smith?
Pretty good man. Esiason exasperated by that play. Smith fooled him. 31 yards. Interception return for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's a pretty good example, Vern, of a cornerback just sitting, eyeing the quarterback, waiting for that short route, and then stepping in front and seeing nothing in front of him but a dark green patch of end zone. And of course, you always got to point back at the quarterback that threw the ball. But that's that 4 deep that the Cowboys run. And now the Jets, who Bruce Coslett says their style is to be a ball control offense, down 21-0 with just over 1 quarter to go. They've got to open it up.
Kevin Smith, who graduated from Texas Agricultural and Military University.
You think that's why he stopped off to see the Marines on his way?
Absolutely.
Go Aggies. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Not in Texas. 21-0. 30 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Murrell has it again. Flag, this is going to come back. Brock Marion was taken down. Looked like the WWF that hit Giant Stadium. That will be against the Jets.
During the run back, holding number 80, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Well, Bruce Coslett, the Jet offense, 200 in this quarter. Esiason, that's going to be dropped. Thomas Everett had it right in his mitts. And he was looking at Kevin Smith, I think, instead of at the football.
Nearly intercepted by Thomas Everett.
Ball goes right off the hands of Johnny Johnson.
2nd and 10.
And right into the hands of Thomas Everett. But the ball, the direction of the ball was changed slightly. And the rotation certainly was. I'm sure that's what Everett's excuse will be.
2nd down and 10. Here's Esiason, right side. That's caught out to the 19-yard line near the 20. Catch is made by Johnny Mitchell, his first of the ball game.
At 14 points in a big hurry.
2nd down and 10. Esiason feeling a little heat, goes deep left side. Johnny Mitchell makes the grab. 1st down, Jets at the 46. It's Rob Moore instead of Johnny Mitchell. Beg your pardon.
And the Jets now will get back into their no huddle mode, down 21-0. And this is something that Coslett did not even practice this week, but his team isn't familiar with it enough. And down 21-0, they got to go with it.
That pass almost picked off. That's 2 in the hands of Thomas Everett.
Intended for Johnny Mitchell.
Well, he went to Baylor and needs some divine help to hang on to the ball. Dropped a couple. 14:31 to go in the ball game.
And going with the no huddle offense when the clock is running is a good idea by Coslett. It's really the only thing they can do. This defense of the Cowboys has played very well this evening, and they got a 21-0 lead.
Jets have now gone 17 quarters without a touchdown. Here's Esiason. That's tipped and incomplete. And Ken Norton.
He can't believe it, can he? Our line judge, Tom Barnes, number 55 there, saw Norton come over the top. Norton was deep into a celebration there, then saw the flag coming his way.
Shadow boxing.
Defensive pass interference, number 51, 1st down.
This really, this type of situation really plays into the hands of the Cowboys. On defense, they're just so much faster than every other team in the league, with perhaps the exception of the Miami Dolphins. But Norton is a middle linebacker with outside linebacker speed.
First down and 10 Jets. 21-zip, 14:28 to go in the ballgame. Terrence Mathis is in. Here comes Jeff Goat, and that ball is tipped behind the line. And may have been Tony Casillas.
I think you're right, Vern. Casillas is too tired, though, to jump up and down and celebrate. He's had a heck of a game. From the right side of the screen, 75 is Casillas.
Second and 10. From the Cowboys.
And watch his right hand. Actually, it was Charles Haley with the right hand, reaching out and making a heck of a play. No wonder Casillas wasn't celebrating.
Second down and 10. If the Cowboys win, they are in the playoffs. The Giants are already in the NFC East. And this time Baxter makes the grab in the face of a rush, and he's picked up a first down at the 31-yard line.
And now, because the clock is still running, he didn't get out of bounds. Boomer will get the offense up to the line of scrimmage and call the play from there.
Haley comes out, Casillas comes out, Jimmy Jones hurries back in. Cowboys were not set defensively. Esiason will run. And he's down at the 20. Gain of 11.
Yeah, picked up another first down. That just opened up for him. He didn't really want to run, though, did he? Cowboys were not ready with their substitutions, and this is one of the benefits of going with a no-huddle offense. It keeps the situation substitutions to a minimum.
Here's Esiason across the middle. And the pass is caught at the 14. Johnny Mitchell makes the grab.
This used to be a big part of Bruce Coslett's offense, the no-huddle offense that he brought from Cincinnati when he worked with Sam White. Asked him about it yesterday. He said, well, it's really lost its edge. Teams know how to prepare for it now, but the Cowboys don't look like they're prepared for it, or weren't, at least on a couple plays ago.
On second down and 4, this time the Jets do huddle up. 21-0. Jets trail. Esiason, right side. That's caught by Chris Burkett, and it is good for the first down. Kevin Smith with a tackle at the 9-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
And no quarterback is more familiar with this short huddle that they're using. They call it the sugar huddle and the no-huddle offense than Boomer Esiason is.
Draw play. Johnny Johnson for a couple, and Johnson's 12th carry of the ball game results in a modest gain of 1.
Along with Charles Haley.
Jimmy Johnson.
Well, the fans don't like that call too much, Vern, because it was a running play. Well, we all love to see the forward pass, but that's a good call against this nickel defense that the Cowboys have on the field.
Second and goal officially from the 8-yard line. Right side. Caught at the 1. Rob Moore. And it'll be third and goal. Will the drought continue, or can the Jets get it in the end zone?
Now, the Cowboys are making wholesale changes now to get their goal line defense in the game. See Maryland and Casillas come back in, along with Robert Jones, one of the inside pluggers, and Godfrey Miles. All those little DBs have to come out of the game now.
Third and goal. Touchdown, New York. The drought is over. Baxter gets 6.
And they did it throwing the ball. And going with the no-huddle offense. First touchdown in a long, long time for the New York offense.
Blanchard will try and tack on the 7th point for the Jets, and the score comes with 11:28 remaining in regulation time. Extra point is up and good.
91-yard drive for the Jets. Brad Baxter going in the 7th time this year, and he had to get through a few Cowboys to get there.
Expecting the onside kick, have 9 men up, and Blanchard does send it deep to the right side. He tried to squib it. It goes out of bounds, and it'll come back to the 35-yard line.
Blanchard puts it out of bounds, and the Cowboys will take over all the way out to the 35-yard line. Talk about a special teams mistake. Coslet saying, come on, carry. A little late for that, Bruce.
They're on 35.
And the Cowboys take over at the 35. It was 7-0 at the half. Dallas scored just before halftime on a 42-yard catch by Michael Irvin. He got another one at the end of a 95-yard drive to make it 14-0. Kevin Smith intercepted pass, 31 yards, and then the Jets just counted. And here's the pass to Alvin Harper going deep. Flag is down. We could have offensive pass interference.
I think you're right, Vern. I think Thomas has his second interception of the day. He's been burned twice for touchdowns by Irvin. This time he picks off Troy Aikman as Harper was trying to knock it away.
Offensive pass interference, number 80. Penalty is declined. First down.
Watch Harper come over the top of Thomas. Ball is a little bit underthrown. And that's a heck of a catch by Eric Thomas. Bouncing back from those earlier two plays when he was burned for touchdowns. You bet. Jets ball. Big turnover.
Coming into the game, Troy Aikman had been intercepted 3 times in 315 throws. This afternoon, he's been intercepted 3 times in 27 passes. First down, Jets. 11:18 to go in the ball game. Esiason looking right, finds it across the middle. Chris Burkett with the catch.
And there'll be a lot of people that will second guess that call by Norv Turner. Why not just give the ball to Emmitt Smith and let him run the clock down a little bit? Here's the big hit on Chris Burkett coming across the middle there. Ken Norton from the front and Darren Smith from the rear. But that's kind of Turner's philosophy. Go for the bomb. Keep the pressure on the defense all the time. That time it backfired on him.
2nd and 7. Good offensive line work. Esiason, good coverage downfield. So he settles for Baxter, who's loose. Fumble! Cowboys football. Dixon Edwards comes up with it.
Had a holding penalty against Malamala, which will be obviously refused. Baxter is going to get hit from the rear here. It looked like Darren Woodson, number 28, popped it loose. And look, nothing but blue numbers, white jerseys, silver helmets, and Cowboys around this fumble. They had to take a number to see who was going to recover that one.
That's the 7th turnover of the ball game. It comes at the end of a 24-yard New York Jet game. 4 turnovers for Dallas, 3 for the Jets, and the weather has been terrific. That's not a problem. Here's Emmitt Smith, 1 yard.
No, it's been the problem has been real good defense today. Jets just got a turnover from Eric Thomas on the interception, and then shortly after that, Darren Woodson with a big strip on Brad Baxter gives the ball back to the Cowboys. And you notice Turner gave the ball to Emmitt Smith on the first down play.
2nd down and 9. Emmitt Smith, 59 yards, 16 carries. Lot blitzes, play action. They look deep for Irvin. He's covered, and Aikman will run it. And he nimbly steps out of bounds at the 34-yard line, picked up 3.
Yeah, you throw a couple of interceptions. When you double your interception output in one game, you have a tendency to hang on to the ball a little bit longer and maybe just run it out of bounds instead of risking another one.
3rd and 6 now. Cowboys will go with 3 wide receivers.
Cowboys are 5 of 8 so far today. 3rd down conversions.
Aikman's only had 2 hit the ground. Fumble. Cowboys football.
Aikman was hit by Bobby Houston. Almost
But it is 4th down.
Blindside shot, Vern, on Aikman from Washington and Houston. Mark Tuinei with the recovery. Big recovery. You talk about big plays. Aikman can't find anybody, and he's just going to be thinking about trying to run for this first down. But Houston hits him from the rear, and Washington just rips the ball loose from the front.
That is the 5th Cowboy fumble today. They've only lost one of them. And a Jet will kick to a Jet. Terrence Mathis is back. Bobbled the ball. My, oh my. In 1990, he returned to punt 98 yards against the Cowboys. Here, he coughs it up.
Brock Marion with the recovery, and he just coughed it up. Wasn't hit at all. Or hardly at all. Here's Mathis, 81. Marion was the first guy down. Vanderbeek hits it over to him, and the Cowboys take over inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they're beginning to play blunder ball here at Giant Stadium. Cowboys have it now.
And Keystone Dry, and by Canon, a world leader in office equipment.
Bruce Coslett in his 4th year as the head coach of the Jets. Jimmy Johnson in his 5th year. They've seen the ball flying around the field, and Dallas now has a 1st down and 10. And Emmitt Smith gets the handoff and a few yards. Make it double digits in the number, 11. And he's now carried 17 times for 70 yards.
There's not much coaching you can do when you get numbers like this. You see 4 total turnovers for each team, but it's been a wild 4th quarter for the Jets. That was not a fumble or an interception. That's another category of turnovers. That was a muff by Terrence Mathis.
1st down and 10. Emmitt Smith, most dangerous in the 4th quarter, as most great runners are. That's an 11-yard gain followed by a 13-yard gain, and he's getting close to 100.
Well, and it's great blocking, and he gets the help from his fullback, Darrell Johnston here. Watch him just find the hole, too. Went inside and then bounces to the outside and takes care of number 42, Ronnie Lott. Good blocking by that offensive line, but also good blocking by the Moose.
Oh, dear.
How many hands high is he? 16?
Oh, the graphic department has gone nuts. That's a gain of 1. Smith with 83 yards on 19 carries.
Yeah, sometimes you have days when you get some bad news, or you just got to bounce back the next day and have a little fun with things, Vern.
Yes.
See? This is a big Moose, too.
Look at his hometown.
Yeah, he went to Hugo High School in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Well, that's because they wouldn't take him in Hollis. But there is an H in Oklahoma. Draw play, Emmitt Smith to the 5, and inside the 5 at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, just about ready to nail the old coffin shut. And it's going to be number 22 with a hammer. 3 carries in a row in that offensive line with their size. Good block up front by Frank Cornish, number 68. There on Mercereau. That allows Emmitt to come into a nice hole and pick up another 8 yards.
3rd and 1 at the 4 officially.
Cornish doing a nice job filling in for Stepnoski.
Johnston. Moose calls. Touchdown. There's a Moose headbutt. He's a guy who also is a bungee jumper. Remember chatting with him about that?
Yeah. Not so sure he's got all his marbles either. He's doing that. But now he gets to line up on the field goal PAT protection team. Does it all for him.
Eddie Murray's extra point is up and good. So following the muff recovery by Brock Marion.
Nifty footwork by the Moose here. Right up the middle, slides to the left, lowers his head, gets in for another touchdown.
That's one of the 10 carries he's allowed each year. Victory today. The Cowboys are in the playoffs, and they will get within one half game. Watch what happened with Michael Irvin and Thomas on the touchdown.
Well, he's going to get a good shot at him, and then they're going to wrestle a little bit. Irvin's going to see that Johnston's in the end zone and let Thomas know about it.
Oh, boy. Michael Irvin with 2 touchdown catches today.
Eric Thomas is going to see that sign in his dreams tonight.
Pryor takes the kickoff and gets it back to the 23-yard line. Coming up tonight on CBS, we start with Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. That's followed by the Hallmark Hall of Fame presentation, Oh Pioneers, starring Jessica Lange.
20 yards on the return.
That's tonight
From their own
on
23.
CBS. 5:44 remaining in regulation time. The Cowboys appear to have this one sacked away. They will be at home against Washington next week. The Jets flip it into the left side, incomplete, intended for Brad Baxter. And the Jets wind up with games against Houston and Buffalo.
And Boomer's hurt. He got hit by Thomas Everett there on the safety blitz. The Cowboys have their nickel defense in the game, but Butch Davis, their coordinator, sent number 27, Thomas Everett, right here, coming right at the quarterback with a free shot. And actually it wasn't Everett, it was one of the defensive linemen that got a shot on Boomer. He was throwing off balance and gets hit on his right hip.
Esiason is still down at the 14-yard line.
It was another blitzing player. It looked like Ken Norton, number 51.
And in the meantime, Jeff Criswell was hurt, and he's walked off.
And Nagel will have to come into the game because the clock was stopped by an injury timeout. The injury to Boomer, that means he has to go out for at least one play. And we'll see number 8, Browning Nagel, come into the game.
Nagel was a starter last year, of course. This season he has thrown 1 pass, and it was complete for 6 yards, and that was way back in the beginning of the season. For the day, Esiason with 194 on 21 of 37 and a pick.
But yeah, that pick though adds up to 6 points, because that was the one that Kevin Smith took in for the touchdown, and that really killed the Jets' chances. Gave the Cowboys a 21-0 lead, and a couple of turnovers later, they still have a 21-point lead.
James Brown is checked in at left tackle for the Jets. He was once a 3rd-round draft choice of the Dallas Cowboys, waived by them, number 76. Second down, Nagel is in at quarterback. That's Mathis in motion. Blitz coming. Nagel is hit and down. Ken Norton got it. Thomas Everett was the first one there.
That's a pretty good couple of plays by Ken Norton. First he knocks out Esiason, and then he gets after his replacement Nagel. Heck of a block there by Brad Baxter, but he also fell into the center, Jim Sweeney, and he's still down on the field.
Criswell just left, and now Sweeney is down. So on back-to-back plays, 2 of the bodyguards have hit the deck.
And the body they've been guarding hit the deck too. They lose Criswell, Sweeney, and Esiason. There was a great block in this play. Watch number 30 here, Brad Baxter. He's going to pick up the blitzing James Washington here. But then they all dive into Sweeney. It looked like he got his left knee bent and or his left ankle. That's real ugly. checking out that ankle.
That is Jim Sweeney still on his back.
That happens so many times to offensive linemen. I played with Russ Washington for a number of years in San Diego. We were playing the Raiders one day, and he was blocking against John Matusak and doing a good job, and the pile just fell into him from the other side of the formation, and he dislocated his kneecap and tore up his knee. But it's a real nightmare for the offensive line.
Esiason still out. Nagel is in the huddle, and Jim Sweeney is the object of attention at this moment. He's going to be helped to his feet now, and the clock showing 5:37 remaining in the game.
That's a real good sign that he is able to walk off the field. Could have a sprained left ankle there. Looks like it's kind of bent to the outside, doesn't it? If he wasn't bow-legged before, he is now.
He looks like a man who's been the heart and soul of that offensive line, doesn't he? Now in his 10th season, Jim Sweeney. And Roger Duffy has come in to take his spot. 3rd and 17. 5:24 remaining in the ball game. Nagel goes deep down the middle. Kevin Smith is back there, and the pass is incomplete as Mathis knocked it free. It'll be 4th down. 5:14 to go. Now, Jimmy Johnson, in chatting with us late yesterday afternoon, sounded very confident about his team's chances today. And of course, the Cowboys, though they trailed the Giants by a game, still control their destiny because they have defeated New York once. And in all likelihood, it's going to come down to that last game of the season between those two as to which team wins the NFC East. Aguilar. Williams. And he is out of bounds at the 45-yard line. 43-yard punt, 5 on the return. The Cowboys, coming back to New York, will go to 10-4 with a victory today.
And they accomplished what they set out to do. That star right here means that they are in the playoffs, and they will defend their Super Bowl championship. But I like their chances of winning the NFC East, though, Vern. They got Washington next week. Anything can happen there, but they do play them in Dallas. And then they got the Giants here.
5:06 to go in regulation, and Troy Aikman, he was 21 of 27 with 3 interceptions and 2 touchdowns today. Only 3 times. Here's Lincoln Coleman, and he gets the carry, and he fumbles the ball. And the Jets have recovered. Well, if you're a fumble fan, you've been filled to the fantasy level today. Yes, that.
And Clifton got on this loose ball. Well, Lincoln Coleman better be careful. Last guy that fumbled it in this type of situation was a guy by the name of Curvin Edwards, or Richards, and he was cut loose.
He was from Hugo, Oklahoma.
Shortly thereafter. Watch Coleman, Vern. Please watch him. He didn't really get hit all that hard either.
And he's getting an earful from Jimmy Johnson. Here's Nagel, right side. And the pass is caught by Mathis, good for a 1st down. Lincoln Coleman is a fascinating story, of course. Made this team off an arena football team that played in Dallas. Started his collegiate career at Notre Dame, dropped out, went to Baylor, sat out a year. Gained 300 and some yards there as a sophomore. Was working in Dallas and got a chance this summer because the trainer for the Cowboys saw him playing arena football. Kevin O'Neill, and said, Jimmy, I like this kid. Give him a chance. And then he has now moved into the number 2 running back spot. In the meantime, however, a blitz, and Nagel rolls out to his right. Incomplete. With 4:51 to go in the game.
Nagel's pass incomplete. Intended for Terrence Mathis.
Report on Groomer Esiason is bruised ribs, and of course they're checking on Jim Sweeney right now.
2nd and 10.
Coleman's value to the Cowboys is as the backup running back to Emmitt Smith. And what Emmitt likes about it is the first time he's ever had a guy that he feels that can give him that rest when needed.
That fellow talking to him there was Kevin O'Neill, who was the fellow who recommended him to Jimmy Johnson.
Kevin knows his job may be on the line too. The guy just fumbled the ball.
Lincoln, for heaven's sake, hang on to it. Nagel deep, incomplete. And it's third down.
Nagel's pass is incomplete. Intended for Terrence Mathis.
Giants Stadium emptying out now as most of the fans here have conceded this victory to the Cowboys. And the Jets will fall to 8-6. They started out 2-4, but in 2 of those 4 losses, they had huge leads that evaporated. They led Philadelphia by 21, and they led the Raiders by 17, and lost both games.
And they're going to look back at the end of the year when they're watching everybody else in the playoffs and wonder what if we had won those 2 ball games.
Here's Nagel on third down. Pass is caught. That's Rob Carpenter, and that is only his 3rd catch this season. Gain of 19.
I think Jimmy Johnson's going to be quite pleased with the effort of his defense this week, allowing only 7 points. But the one thing he's going to be upset about are all those turnovers. You know he's going to find something negative in this ball game, and that's kind of the leader's approach sometimes. Is when things are going bad, you be positive, and when things are going good, you be negative, kind of keep your team on an even keel.
First down and 10.
Makes perfect sense to me.
I understood. And here's Nagel. Ouch. Flag is down. This one may come back. We may have a holding call. Well, one of those notes you dig for when it's 28-7 and 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Ah, you say, what is Dan Reeves doing today?
What is Dan Reeves doing today?
Holding number 67 of the offense. 10 yards. Repeat first down.
What he's not doing is listening to Jerry Austin, the referee. Nor was he watching his former team, the Denver Broncos, play earlier today. Dan took the grandkids to the Radio City Music Hall Christmas Spectacular.
From the Cowboy 33.
You got to do research for these things.
I tell you what, all I know is that they got a tough game against New Orleans in the Superdome on Monday night. And he's well aware that the Cowboys are winners this afternoon.
Giants on the road before they come back. They go to New Orleans and then to Phoenix. And then they face Dallas here, the last game of the season. Here's Baxter. 4:25 remaining.
Brought down by
Chad Hennings made the tackle.
Interesting. The only time the Jets got on the scoreboard today is when they completely opened up their offense. They were down 21-0. They came out and scored in 4 minutes and 4 seconds, primarily with Boomer running a no huddle or hurry up offense. And their ball control style of offense was not effective today against the defending world champs.
Second down and 14. We're under the 4-minute mark remaining in the game. Left side pass interference against Brock Marion, as Terrence Mathis was the intended receiver.
Now that'll give the Jets a first down. That's the good news. The bad news is they're 21 points down and only 3:47 to go.
Number 31, first down.
Brock Marion, the guilty party.
And if Brock's not careful, he's going to lead this man into another tirade in the locker room.
Well, the tirade we're talking about came after they defeated Minnesota last week 37-20 and gave up a late touchdown. Most observers there and most people who play for the Cowboys felt that they played well, and Jimmy Johnson was vocally disturbed about the play of his defense in the press conference after the game. Right side, pass is caught. Carpenter.
But they are the defending world champs, and last week against Minnesota they pretty much put Minnesota out of the playoff picture, and this week against the Jets they're going to knock them out of the playoff picture.
Back home next Sunday against the Washington Redskins, and at the beginning of the year when Washington handily defeated the Dallas Cowboys, who would think that for the repeat the Redskins would come in at this point, of course, having won only 3 games.
They lost that game, the Cowboys, to the Redskins 35-16.
First down and 10. Blitz is coming. Nagel goes right side. Another pass interference call against Kevin Smith. Here's Jerry Austin.
Pass interference, number 26. First down.
Well, that left cornerback position today has been one of them. Johnson, he gave him the evil eye, didn't he?
He's also checking the clock, though. 3:40 remaining in the ball game. Left side, Brad Baxter knocked down, and they are in the playoffs. Second and goal from the 3. That one is incomplete, and we have another flag. Intended for Rob Carpenter.
Carpenter working against Brown, tries to push him out of the way. They're going to call defensive holding on number 37 there, James Washington, but might also.
First and goal, Roger Duffy over the ball. Nagel, handoff. Murrell goes right and doesn't get anything. Dixon Edwards.
And a little bit stronger than Dixon Edwards, but Edwards defending his position well today.
As you can see, 6 tackles for Edwards. 2:49 to go in regulation, and second and goal from the 3-yard line.
I just can't believe they continue to run the ball down here, though.
I think concede is the word. Into the end zone. Pop 3, incomplete.
That's not till tomorrow, though.
That's my point. First and goal. Second and goal. And they continue to run. And will do that. Second and goal from the 2. 2:03 to go. Here's the pass in the end zone. It's lobbed up, and we should have another flag. Nope. No, no flags today because he is 21 of 27 for 252.
There's that new hairdo you were talking about, the bald look for Ronnie Lott.
Didn't work. 7th play inside the 5 in this drive. Play action, go right, incomplete.
Good spit down, didn't it?
Got that movement down. 4th and goal.